I asked, it's weird, like I've never asked myself a question like, what do you want? Because I've always been like, I want to know what I really, really want. Like I literally prayed, and I guess I asked God, I said, what is it that I really want? What is the right way to move forward? And I asked the question, and then I was like, I'll get the answer at some point. I was expecting to get it maybe in a couple months. 3 days.
I know what happened. You looked out the window and you saw the bat in the sky.
Yes!
I knew it.
Oh, you're so smart. That's exactly what happened. So, amazing. Interview's done. She found me out, everybody. I am Batman.
I am the Batman.
I am the Batman.
Yeah, so God answered your prayer and said, I want you to be you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And said, Honey County dies, Dani Rose lives. And I was like, oh my God. And then it brought
Because now you can be yourself.
I can be myself, and it brought this whole concept. I'm releasing a record in November, and the first song that's on the record is called Good Morning, and it's Mourning, and it's all about inviting everyone to my funeral and saying goodbye to the old me with a big party, but celebrating the new me. Mm-hmm. And that is exactly what this chapter is.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so like somewhere in there, the Yellowstone stuff started to take off, which has been like, you've developed a really good career with them. Having, how many songs have you had on?
4.
So that's like that's a pretty big deal. When did you, because like throughout all of this, we would have conversations like, when are you going to move to Nashville? When are you going to move to Nashville?
Yeah.
Did it take like that? I know you bought the house down here, but you were still kind of coming and going. Was it like the end of Honey County that like made you want to be here full time, or like when, like, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I started, after like I asked the question like who like lives or dies, I was like, oh, maybe I should start asking questions more often because I'm getting answers.
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling so sure about these answers, and I kept waking up in California, and every day there was just like this voice saying, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
And I was just, again, doing the same thing every single day. And sure, I was shooting beautiful content, and I was like meeting up with some friends, and I was playing shows, but I wasn't writing.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much. That's not to say there aren't incredible writers in California. It's just the writers where you're going to have the most success and get
in country music.
In country music they are in Nashville. And I wanted to write with Nashville writers. And so I said, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to move. It just feels like the right thing to do. I absolutely need to go. So I packed up everything, and I moved into the house full time and just started to build and be part of the community here.
And so like, what does that look like now? Have you got your crew of people that you're writing with a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are those? If you can name drop some.
Yeah. I started to write with Robin Ottolini quite a bit. Cassidy Daniels. Liz, I was always writing with.
Yeah.
And just that whole crew at Liz Rose Music.
Yeah. And so your single that's out now, Whiskey You're Cold.
It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not? Okay. So when does that come out?
It comes out October 11th.
Okay, so really soon. By the time this is out, it will be out.
Yeah.
Can you like share a little bit on like, I got to listen to a couple weeks ago some of your music, and it's by far the best music you've made. It's definitely not pop anymore. It's definitely very country, very almost traditional kind of in some of it. Very strong. Tell us like behind that, the story behind that song, and like kind of the inspo for this like new record that's coming out.
So the record is titled Outsiders, and it's the story literally of me taking myself out of California and placing myself where in my head these are where the outsiders are. These are the dreamers. These are the people that belong to me. Outsiders, which is the title track of the record, is all about the people in my life that are the closest to me, and yet also people that I'd always looked up to, not believing in me and telling me, you know what, you actually can't do it. And wanting to get so far away from them.
Yeah.
And escaping to the outsiders, the dreamers. Like I joke with my friend, Ari, she calls Nashville Neverland. And it's just this place where you can be here. And that used to be California, I think, but it's not for me anymore. It is Nashville. It's where you can dream, you can be yourself. And you know, never grow up, but still grow up and have a sense of community and be with all of the other people and the artists and the writers and the emotions and the creatives that are like you.
Also, like, a lot of people probably don't know this, but you did grow up in Virginia. So, like, when you were talking about your roots and everything like that, I wanted to touch on that because I think that's probably a misconception on you. If you just look at your social media and stuff, people probably think you're from California.
Yeah, people think I'm from California.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Like, what was life like growing up in Virginia?
It was cool. I just recently posted a meme. There was like this girl,
a Jewish girl in Virginia.
Yeah.
So
there was literally this meme of this girl who is like on a horse. She's doing a vaulting trick. So she has one foot on one horse and the other foot on another horse, and she's like holding the reins. And it says like, if I'm drunk, like don't, and I think that I can do this, I definitely can't. And like I reposted it on like close friends, and I was like, but I actually did this as a kid. Like I was vaulting. So growing up in Virginia as a kid, I was the girl with like 100 horse figurines. You know what I'm talking about? Like the plastic horse.
You're a
like
horse girl.
You literally have every kind of horse. My favorite was Misty because she was white with spots. I did vaulting growing up, so that was tricks on a horse, basically. And I went to Lee's Corner Elementary, and I had really bad allergies. And I was just like a normal kid. I didn't know that the world was any bigger than literally the 4 blocks around my house.
Why did you stop like doing anything with horses? Music just became bigger?
No, because we moved to Tokyo.
Gotcha.
That was in 5th grade. So I was like very like Virginia girl, horse girl. I play soccer select. Like this is like my life, and completely like uprooted, taken out of that. My family moved to Tokyo, and I was there until high school.
And how did that, like, do you think change or affect you?
Completely opened up my eyes to the fact that there's a huge world out there. In Virginia, I was very like, this is my view, like I'm here, this is my home. Literally my world was like a 1 mile radius around Jasper Court, which was where I grew up. And like my mom took me on the weekends to ride, and I had my friends, we had a rabbit, like it was literally like, you know,
very normal,
very
middle
normal,
America.
like, and I was like Southeast, so like that was like my upbringing. And Virginia is very colonial, so we'd always go to like check out the like Williamsburg and Jamestown and the colonies and whatever, you know. The Battle of Bull Run, lots of Civil War stuff in Virginia. Manassas, Virginia is actually where I was born, and there's a big battlefield there, lots of ghosts, you know, all the things. Very Civil War, very. And so then we moved to Japan, and it was wild. I mean, I met so many different people from different cultures. I didn't understand the language. Like,
Can you speak any Japanese?
I'm like, okay, I'm a really good mimic because I'm a singer.
Like, say something to me.
Daijoubu?
What does that mean?
Are you okay? Are you good?
No.
Oh.
How do I say not good, not okay?
Say dame.
Say dame.
Yeah, there you go. Do you want to know how you say McDonald's in Japanese?
How?
Makudonorudo.
McDonald's. You sound Scottish, honestly.
Makudonorudo.
McDonald's. William Wallace.
Makudonorudo.
McDonald's. Oh my gosh. Okay, and so then you came back from Japan, and is that when you went to Virginia Tech?
No, I went to high school in Virginia. So I went to Chantilly High School, and all the kids were super mean to me.
Why?
Because I was like this weird outsider. Because I came from
Japan,
and they were like, "Who's this girl? She's weird." Like, and we had such a tight knit community. We were very accepting of other cultures. Because you were literally going to school with kids from Sweden, kids from Australia, kids from
at your international school in Japan.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that's how I learned how to say Melbourne and heaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And wanker.
Exactly.
Wanker.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, all those things.
Okay, and then you're back in.
And asking like, are you good? And it's like, you're right.
Yeah.
And taking the piss. Like
Yeah.
all of these like things like I
Yeah.
learned because we were just like this melting pot of different cultures.
Yeah.
It was an American school, but all the ambassador kids went.
Yeah.
So I was very like accepting of everybody. We were all friends. It was a really small class of like 30 of us. And then I went to Chantilly High School, and everyone was just like, there were cliques.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is a clique? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
And so kids were just really mean. They were like, oh, she went to Japan. Also, they put me in like all of these like AP classes.
Like Mean Girls.
Because they thought, yeah, it was literally like
You were
Mean
Caddy.
Girls.
What's her name? Caddy?
I was Caddy.
Caddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caddy. Yeah, I was Caddy.
Yeah.
And then I did meet my Mean Girls. And then I was accepted, and I was like, oh, this is how I need to act. And like, we did the whole homecoming court thing. And I was like, this really isn't me.
Yeah, it's
But
a lot of effort.
It was really hard to adjust back into Virginia life because I was coming from like going and taking the subway by myself and being really independent to, Mom, can you drive me to the mall?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had those experiences because you grew up in Australia. Like,
when I immigrated, it was very hard for me because I had to restart everything over here, like no taxes, no bank credit, like nothing like that. And so like for the first couple years of being here, and even when Zach and I were married and everything, like he'd have to, I couldn't even get like money. Like he'd have to co-sign on everything, and that was really hard for me because I was, I moved over here by myself for my career. So that was very challenging. So I do get that,